Welcome, everybody. Big cities in Canada are competitive, but guess what? Smaller communities are rolling out these red carpets, and let's talk about it. This is the aim of this live stream today, and we're going to definitely dive right into rural communities in Canada that are given permanent residency through the Rural and Francophone Community Immigration Pilots. Hey everyone, welcome to today's unplanned live stream. So, if you've been applying for jobs in different communities in Canada, or you've been applying for jobs in different rural areas or big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and you've not been successful, it's time for you to consider and look into different location or different direction or different communities. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about two exciting pathways that you can actually consider relocating to Canada with your family and yourself. And this pathway is the Rural and the Francophone Community Immigration Pilots. This is actually Canada's way of helping skilled workers like you watching me. Yes, you're a skilled worker. Is their way of helping skilled workers move into smaller towns with real job opportunities and also providing community support. And above all, you get to become a permanent resident. Forget about that the name says is rural. Go into that community, provide the skills, fill in those shortages, get your permanent residency. If you feel like you don't want to remain there, then you can go to other bigger communities. But I doubt, because most of these rural communities are areas where people like to live and settle. And this is basically because of low crime rates, less house rent and all of that. So today's live stream agenda, I'm hoping that it will be pretty short. We're going to cover today what this program is all about. We will talk about the communities. There are 18 communities. So there are so many communities for you to spread your applications, spread your tentacles, and get higher chances of, getting this job offer and relocating to Canada with your family. Let me increase my screen. Thank you all for joining, even though this is an unplanned live stream. I appreciate every one of you. Let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. And since you have me on the live stream today, feel free to ask your questions, because this will be your own, even though it's not a one-on-one, this will be your own opportunity to ask your questions directly, and I'll be able to answer you. If I don't know it, then we'll do research. That's what this channel is about. We research and bring those informations to you. Please, can you like this video for me? Please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel as well. So basically, these are community-driven programs. This means that the local towns in Canada are working directly with employers and immigration to bring in foreign trained workers, to bring in foreign skilled workers. What is the goal? The goal basically is to boost the economy and to help people settle permanently. So we would also look at, like I have said before, the 18 communities. Aside from that, we're going to look at those jobs in demand, jobs generally like for caregivers, PSW, patient support workers, nurses, construction workers, truck drivers, retail supervisors, cooks, hospitality workers, early childhood educators, and many more. Alongside this video, we're going to talk about the eligibility, all you need to do, and how you're going to qualify for this opportunity. We would also dive into the application process, and we would end this video with talking about the Q&A session. If you've got any question and you want us to talk about it, then we will talk about it in this video. All right, so I would head on to share my screen, and this is directly from Canada Immigration website. We share my screen with every one of you watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Hi, H.A. Jennifer. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you today. So I'm going to basically share my screen with you so that we would, see this information straight from Canada Immigration website. So this is Canada Immigration website. This is about the rural and the Francophone community immigration pilots. The rural and the francophone community immigration pilots. These are pathways to permanent residency for skilled workers. A lot of people don't know this. And to be honest with you, I literally was doing my research today and I found this. And I'm like, I'm not going to wait till I make a video and then look for how to edit it myself and bring it. This is an unplanned live stream. I said, let me just bring this up, share my screen with everybody, and there is no gatekeeping here. So thank you all for joining this live stream today. So the rural and the francophone community immigration pilots, these are pathways to permanent residency for skilled workers who want to work and live in one of 18 rural and smaller communities in Canada. What are you waiting for? So these are the 18 rural participating communities, and there are also the francophone participating communities. The rural communities are as follows. Let me hold them. So I'm not sure I can pronounce all this name correctly, but I know that Pictou County NS, the North Bay, Ontario, the Sudbury, Ontario, the Timmins, Ontario, the Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Thunder Bay, Ontario, Stenbach MB, Altano, Rhineland, Brandon MB, Moose Jaw SK, Claresholm, West Cotonou, North, that name, this one that you can see here, and the Peace Laird. These are the 18 rural participating communities in Ontario. And these areas are the francophone participating communities in Ontario. Like I said, I want this video to be short, and we're going to head straight right into the important information. So this website also is addressing employers because they want employers to meet certain criteria for them to be able to bring in foreign or skilled workers into these 18 communities. So this is telling employers to apply to become a designated employer. But the purpose of my video today is to tell you how you can find these designated employers today. So how do you get these designated employers? And this is how you can get designated employers. If you go to this video, if you go to this website and click on it, it will show you. So for you to know designated employers, it simply means that these employers can hire candidates under this rural community immigration pilots or through the francophone community immigration pilots. Each community has their own requirement, but this is a general overview of what is expected in this rural community immigration pilots program, okay? So you're going to check that you meet the eligibility criteria or the requirements for each of these community. And also, you're going to ensure that you have your documents ready and available and go straight and find these jobs. So basically, this section talks about getting the designated employer, taking the required training, and getting recommended by a community. So from my research today, how you can find designated employers through the government websites. We will talk about that. So let's talk about the basic eligibility. You need a job offer from an approved employer in the community. In any of these 18 communities, you would need a work experience, at least 12 months work experience in a skilled occupation. So let's say you're looking for a job role as a patient support worker, or you're looking for a job role as a caregiver. You need a job, you need to provide work experience in that job sector that you are actually applying for, if that makes sense. So mostly these rural communities do not need a lot of English language requirements. Most of these communities, they need CLB4. Some need CLB5. It could be in English and it could be in French. And guess what? During my research today, in one of these rural communities, I'm going to be sharing with you, and I'll tell you just basically the different English language requirements that Sault Ste. Marie is asking about. They did not need so much. I'm trying to find that screen and I will share it with you. Hang on there for me, please. There are so many different English language tests that people can take. And if you're good in French, you can actually take French. They just need you to prove that for them. So hold on. I'm going to, this is for Sault Ste. Marie. I'm going to open it up and I'll show you all that the English language requirements, the various options that they have provided. I didn't have this open prior, so I'm trying to paste it on my. All right, so I'm going to share this instead. This is Sault Ste. Marie. This is eligibility for, this is one of the communities, and this is eligibility for them. This is the recommendation. So basically, you also need a recommendation from this designated community. Communities decide on who to recommend based on you getting a job offer, your intention to live in that community. So if you intend to go to Sault Ste. Marie, you're going to get a job offer from this community. Once you arrive Canada, you're heading straight to this community to provide the services that you have signed and agreed that you provide for them. So you have to have the intention to live in this community and also have a work experience or work or have ties around this community. So the reason why I opened this was actually to share with you the various English language requirements that you can provide. So they have for English is not only the IELTS. Everybody says IELTS, but this I found out that you could actually take the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index program. You're going to take the general test for Canada immigration, the like IELTS general, the CELPIP general test, or you can take the Pearson test of English. Or you can even take the French. If you want to take French, you go for TEF Canada or TCF Canada. And also, what are the educational requirements? You need to have, if you're in Canada, you need to have a Canadian high school diploma. And if you're not in Canada, then you can provide an educational credential assessment report. And educational credential assessment report just basically converts your academic requirements, that your school certificates, converts it to Canadian standard, basically letting them know that the education that you have had outside of Canada meets their Canadian benchmark, if that makes sense. So you can actually verify your credentials through WES, WES, ICAS, IQAS. There's another one for ICAS. It's pronounced the same as ICAS. So these are like verification bodies that you can verify your credentials with. I think for WES, that's credential, the educational credential assessment certificates issued last about 5 years. So even if you don't use it this month, it's still valid. If you let's say you verify your credentials in 2025, it's still valid to 2030. So you're not going to be at loss for that. So this is just basically what this is saying. So let us head back into that rural community that we were talking about. So let me see how many people we have. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if I were you, or in my mind, this is what I'm going to do. Since I've already showed you those rural communities that are hiring in Canada, these rural communities, the 18 of them, pick the ones that you, I'm not going to say pick the 18 of them. I don't know if you have the energy to do it, but if you have the energy to do it, pick these 18 communities and research about it. Find out what is available as in terms of their requirements. Like I said, these communities are 18 communities that are issuing permanent residency. They are smaller communities in Canada, but you can always relocate with your family as a permanent resident. So pick each of these communities and open it. So let me say you're going to type Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. You type Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Community Immigration Pilot Pathway or Community Immigration Pilot Program. And then you just read what that community says that will be their requirements. Most of their requirements are similar, but to be on the safe side, then you have to go through that pathway. So if you're a skilled worker, you can get hired in a rural or francophone community. You can apply for permanent residence through this pilot if you're a skilled worker or if you get a qualifying job offer from a designated employer. So you can be living abroad. Hear that. That means that you can be outside of Canada or already in Canada as a temporary resident. So this is actually open to people who are outside of Canada, and it is also open to people who are living in Canada but do not have their permanent residence. So if you know anyone in Canada who is struggling to get a permanent residency, you know, and maybe they went as a student and struggling to get a permanent residence, you could share this video to them and they could do their basic research and it will be helpful to them. Or if you know anybody who will be interested in this pilot program, then you can share this to them as well. I haven't seen any area that requires express entry here. So basically, it says you don't need skilled. You said it says you don't need skilled work experience if you have recently graduated from a public post-secondary school in any of this community. So if you have graduated either as your diploma, BSc, master's from any of these communities, they don't expect you to provide a work experience. But obviously, if you're outside of Canada, that means you do not have, a recent you're not a recent graduate from any of these communities, then you need to provide that work experience. So it says immigrate to rural community. So like I said, these are two pathways. You're either going to the rural community or you're going to the Francophone community. Francophone community will definitely be speaking French, so you may want to consider language barrier if you do not know how to communicate in French. So the Rural Community Immigration Pilot is offering you this pilot program. And guys, this is still open. You need to act as fast as you can. If you look at this area, it says the status of this is open. One thing I like about the Canada Immigration Pilot programs is that once this is closed, once you go on this immigration, refugees and citizenship websites, which is the official website for Canada immigration, it will tell you the status, if it is closed or if it is open. So that is why I said I did not want to wait to go back, make this video, edit it, and come. That is why I said, okay, let's head on and do a live stream and let people know about this pilot program, and it's going to benefit people. It's almost the weekend. You can do your basic research and start applying if you already have all these requirements. So basically, you can work and settle in any of these rural communities. And if you go on this section, it says who can apply. Check if you're eligible. And if you click on it, there are different pointers for you to click. It just needs a valid job offer from a designated employer. So if you're on this video with me, let me know in the comment section that you're on this video with me. Let me know in the comment section that you're on this video with me. So you need a valid job offer from a designated employer, like I said. So if you just want to check if you're eligible, you can click on this. And if you have the years of experience, at least 1 year of experience, you can click on this. And also, if you're able to prove that language abilities from the ones that I've already showed you, and you have a Canadian educational credential or the foreign equivalent, click on it. Remember, they need you to have a proof of fund. This proof of fund is actually stated. Everything is clear and plain for you to understand. If you have a family of 2, there is an amount for you to provide. If you have a family of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the proof of fund are all stated there. So let's say you're just a family of 2 and you can prove all of this. Once you click all those boxes, you click on get a job offer. Okay, so that is it for that one. So this is the section. If you're eligible, you've gotten a job offer, then you can apply for your permanent residency online. If you click on apply for permanent residency, it will show you the website for you to click. It says apply using this PR portal. So you click on this area, you click on this area, you create an account and verify your email, log into that account, then make sure that when you're filling out for this permanent residency, you have all your forms and your documents, everything is ready, and you can fill out each form completely and answer all the questions, truthfully. So if you want to find out what forms that you need, what are the checklists that you need to apply for your permanent residency, click on this website and it will tell you what is the document checklist. Okay, so we've talked about that one, and let me see if we're missing anything. So the application process, basically find a participating community, which I have showed you today, the 18 communities and the Francophone communities. Get a job offer from these communities, get community recommendation, and then you can apply for your permanent residency through the IRCC website, just like I've shown you. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. I would search and show you more. The other thing I have on my agenda. So for you to find employers in this community, you can find these employers through Job Bank Canada. You can find employers through Indeed.ca. You can find employers through workopolis.com, and other official government websites that you can find employers. Indeed is there. I'm trying to remember one. Hold on. So you can find them through, yes, I was trying to remember LinkedIn. So you can find employers through LinkedIn. Please ensure that they are not asking you to pay any money urgently, instantly to give you a job offer. That is how you will know a scam. There is no place here showing that you're going to pay your employer. You're not going to pay your employer. I had someone reach out to me for one-on-one session, and she reached out to me through Instagram. We had a one-on-one session. She was preparing for her Canada caregiver interview. She got an interview for Canada Caregiver Pilot Program. Very innocent lady. She's not Nigerian. She's in one of these countries. And then she got back to me. She said, oh, they were asking her to pay 1,500 Canadian dollars and send her documents. Immediately she said that to me. I said, oh, hold on, stop, don't send any money. And I was able to talk her through that this was scam. So if you're going to apply for these jobs, ensure that you're not paying any money to an employer for a job offer. The Canada website hasn't mentioned that you need to pay any money for you to get a job offer. So that is how you can find employers. And also let me know if you have any question, and we would dive straight right into it. I think I have basically covered everything I had in mind to share with you all today. And I will go through the comment section and see if we have any question. If not, I would see you again. Okay, she says, I'm with you. What is the age limit? I haven't found any age limit at all. I haven't found any age restriction at all. Hi, Matilda. Thank you for joining from the UK. Feels good to have you here. Thank you for giving us hope. Oh, sure. You're very welcome. Where is the site or link to see this? Once I finish this live stream, I'm going to share the link in the comment section. I'll put it in the comment section. Most of the time I tell people that the link is in the description, but sometimes people don't find the link in the description. So basically, this is my live stream. If you want to find link in the description, if you click on more option, this is the description of this video. However, I haven't put in any link in this description, but if I say the links are in the description, under that video, you will see more. Click on it and you will see the description. I'll put the link to this official website that I talked about in the comment section, and I'll pin it there. How can I know fake job offers from Ireland? How can I know fake job offers from Ireland? You would know fake job offers. So basically, to spot fake job offers, you would know from their email. The tone of their email will sound very, very, very urgent. It will be like they're pressurizing you. For example, the email would not look right. Secondly, if you look at their English, there will be wrong pronunciation of words or spellings of words in that grammatical errors, basically. And also, to spot fake job offers, you will see them asking you to pay money for a job offer. So my Instagram page, I would put that in the description below, but you can search for Nurse UCY. Please, just to confirm, let me see. I can't see. We search for the job first from the 18 communities from the job sites listed. Then we go to the sites you're showing to get the visa. So once you meet all those requirements, the educational requirements, the English language requirements, and also you have your job offer, yes, you go straight to the IRCC website and you apply through that portal, the portal that I was shared during this live stream. Any other questions? That's basically what it said. I like that this particular pilot program is very straightforward and it's not complicated. Secondly, skilled jobs, does it include IT workers? Absolutely. Absolutely. IT workers, patient support workers, nurses, caregivers. I listed a few of them and I'm going to list more of them. So they are, yes to IT workers. If you also have a job in, I was trying to remember one of the job offers: logistics, warehouse, agriculture, transport, those are jobs in high demand. These are community areas, so they are not looking for so much. So they have sent me the job offer. Now they are asking me to pay money, 6,500 euro, before they can apply for visa for me. That is one of the ways you can spot that they are not legitimate. They are scammers. The only money that you need to provide during this rural community immigration pilot is the proof of fund that you're going to upload as part of your documents on the official website. So let me see if I can find that document. I was reading it today, where if you have like a family of one, family of two, this is how much. So proof that you have enough money. So now this is from the this is still from, I'll share this tab instead. This is from the rural community Canadian government website. It says that, so for the proof of fund, you need to calculate your family size. I already said it, for yourself, your spouse, your dependent children. Some people will want to go first and then bring in their spouse. But this updated list of minimum amounts was updated September 17, 2024. So this is the proof of fund depending on your family size. This proof of fund is not the money you're going to pay to anybody. It's not the money you're going to pay to Canadian government. This is just money that you need to have in your accounts to support yourself. I'm telling you, the honest truth is that relocation requires funds. Unless you find an employer that would say, okay, the first 3 months, I'm going to give you accommodation, or maybe they say, okay, we're going to pay for your flights. But even if they pay for your flights and you find accommodation, if you move into an unfurnished apartment, you also require money to put some things down. Bed frame, things to cook, what to eat, until you find the stability and start earning in that currency, if that makes sense. So basically, that is what it is. I'm going back to StreamYard. Let me see if I have any questions. So the one-on-one stuff, does it only work for those who have a job first, interview guidelines? So you guide people I guide people regardless of what you have in mind. The one-on-one consultation is usually 30 minutes or more. It depends on the area. I like to know what you want us to talk about, so I better come prepared for you. And I like my one-on-one session to be highly valuable. Everybody that I've had one-on-one with, they always feel thankful, because to me, it's the fulfillment that people get during my one-on-one session. So if you need a guideline on job application, whatever it is, it's one-on-one. So you bring your questions to the table and we'll talk about it. How can you contact me? You can contact me by sending an email. I'm going to type it. nociusi@gmail.com. Please like this video and share it to your friends and family. Yeah, that's my email. I've put that in the chat box so you can contact me there, and I'm going to also display it on the screen. nociusi@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Matilda, for appreciating. Thank you for saying thank you. You're very welcome as well. And I'm very glad this video turned out today. Sometimes the unplanned videos are usually the better. They are usually the best videos rather than the ones that we plan all day and then come around. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you for joining, regardless of no announcements made for this video. And I'll see you all again in my next video. I wish you all the very best. Please maximize these 18 rural communities and relocate with your family to Canada. Canada is a beautiful place and you will want to settle there. In the meantime, thank you again, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.